Humans smiled after their hearts stopped. Every law I knew collapsed the moment I saw it. I am Keth of the Valoran Consensus. I study dangerous species. I classify survival behaviors. I predict outcomes with 99.9% accuracy. Humans destroyed my perfect record. The Galactic War Academy accepted only the strongest cadets. Every species there evolved for combat. Some carried venom. Others carried armored bones. A few could survive open vacuum. Then the humans arrived. The files called Earth a Deathworld. I laughed. Deathworld species always looked dangerous. Humans looked unfinished. Soft skin. No claws. No scales. No venom sacs. Weak eyes. Fragile bones. Everything about them seemed temporary. I concluded they survived through numbers. That was my first mistake. The human assigned to my observation group was named Ethan Carter. He greeted everyone, even predators, especially predators. He smiled so often that several cadets believed it was a threat display. I disagreed. Predators never exposed teeth without purpose. Humans exposed them constantly. Clearly, they lacked emotional discipline. I marked that in my report. Every morning, Ethan ran before sunrise. No one forced him. No one chased him. He simply ran around the academy. Again, again, again. His lungs burned. His muscles shook. He continued anyway. I assumed humans enjoyed self-punishment. The instructors never corrected him. That confused me. The first combat lecture lasted 6 hours. No species remained focused that long. Most minds required chemical stimulation. Humans did not. Ethan listened carefully. He asked questions. He wrote everything down. Then he stayed after class to help clean the room. No reward. No payment. No social advantage. I concluded humans possessed inefficient priorities. That became my second mistake. 3 days later, we entered survival simulations. The artificial jungle contained every known environmental hazard. Poison plants, acid rain, magnetic storms, invisible predators. Most cadets rushed forward. Strength decided everything. Humans did something stranger. Ethan stopped. He looked upward. He touched the ground. He smelled the air. He watched insects. I almost reported him for delaying the mission. Then he found a hidden trap before anyone else. 5 cadets lost points. The human did not. I updated my notes. Humans appeared lucky. Luck explained everything. Or so I believed. During meal cycles, Ethan always carried extra food. Not for himself. For others. Weak cadets. Homesick cadets. Even rivals. This made no evolutionary sense. Resources were survival. Giving them away reduced fitness. Yet humans repeated this behavior. Every single day. My report labeled them irrationally generous. The instructors smiled when they read it. That should have warned me. Instead, I assumed they admired foolishness. Another mistake. The academy held one sacred tradition. Every first-year class eventually faced the Dominion Circle, an arena where reputations lived or died. No weapons, only controlled strikes. Victory earned respect. Defeat earned silence. Species remembered those matches for generations. Our strongest cadet was Vrask. His species evolved beneath crushing gravity. His bones were nearly indestructible. His fists shattered stone. He had never lost. He enjoyed reminding everyone, especially humans. He circled Ethan during training. You are soft. The human shrugged. I probably am. Vrask laughed. I interpreted this correctly. Submission. Humans knew weakness. That matched my data. The next day, Ethan trained twice as long. That did not match my data. Every failure seemed to motivate him. Pain increased effort. Embarrassment increased effort. Exhaustion increased effort. I could not build a model that predicted such behavior. The equations rejected it. Humans treated limits like invitations. Weeks passed. Combat classes intensified. Cadets suffered broken limbs, burned organs, crushed shells. Injuries were common. Humans recovered strangely. Not quickly, not efficiently, simply, stubbornly. Ethan appeared with bruises every morning. He smiled anyway. I began wondering if humans felt pain differently. Medical scans proved they did not. Their nervous systems screamed exactly like ours. So why continue? No answer satisfied me. The instructors announced paired endurance trials. Every cadet received a partner. Mine was Ethan, an unfortunate assignment. The frozen canyon simulation reached temperatures that damaged exposed tissue within minutes. Most species required insulated armor. Humans wore lighter gear. I warned him, you will lose body heat. I know. Then why reduce insulation? So I can move faster. Movement could not replace survival. His calculation was impossible. Hours later, an avalanche buried us. Stone, ice, darkness. My left leg fractured instantly. Communication systems failed. Emergency beacons vanished beneath frozen debris. Probability of survival, 4%. I accepted death. Humans apparently did not. Ethan dug. His fingers bled. He dug faster. The ice cut through his gloves. He kept digging. Blood froze against the snow. He ignored it. I ordered him to conserve energy. He answered without looking back. Not yet. Those two words haunted me. Not yet. They implied death required permission. That belief bordered on insanity. He finally exposed open air. Fresh oxygen entered the chamber. He carried me despite obvious exhaustion. Humans should not lift my mass. Earth gravity could not explain it. Every calculation failed. We reached the extraction point together. Medical drones surrounded us. The instructors praised teamwork. No, it was not teamwork. I had contributed almost nothing. The human simply refused reality. That frightened me. I reviewed Academy records that night. Something unexpected appeared. Historical footage. Ancient human disasters. Ships sinking. Buildings collapsing. Wildfires. Earthquakes. Wars. Always the same pattern. Humans ran toward danger. Not away. Toward it. Some survived. Many did not. The behavior repeated across centuries. No species willingly approached certain death for strangers. None. The archives must be corrupted. I checked another database. Same results. Again. 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 Humans kept charging into impossible situations. The statistical probability approached absurdity. Either every record was fabricated, or humanity possessed a survival instinct completely unlike anything in the galaxy. I stopped sleeping. Observation became obsession. I watched Ethan constantly. He laughed with friends. He studied late. He trained harder than everyone. He apologized when he made mistakes. He thanked machines after using them. He spoke to plants. He repaired broken equipment that was not his responsibility. Nothing fit. Nothing. The Dominion Circle tournament finally arrived. Crowds filled every level. Command officers watched from above. Entire civilizations streamed the event live. Vras demanded the first match. Against Ethan, the Academy approved. The betting markets collapsed under the imbalance. No rational being expected the human to survive one strike. Neither did I. The signal sounded. Vras moved first. The arena shook beneath his charge. His fist crossed the distance like a falling asteroid. It landed squarely against Ethan's chest. I heard bones crack. I heard the audience gasp. The human flew across the arena. He did not move. The medical drones launched immediately. I finished my report before they even landed. Conclusion: human combat capabilities greatly exaggerated. Fatality expected. Asterisk, asterisk. Then the human smiled. The smile should not have existed. His heartbeat had vanished from the arena monitors. Every medical display flashed the same warning. No cardiac activity. The drones rushed forward. Then they stopped. Not because they chose to. Because Ethan sat up. Slowly. Calmly. As if waking from ordinary sleep. The entire arena fell silent. Even Vrask stepped back. I stared at the monitor. It still showed no heartbeat. Impossible. A body without circulation could not move. Every biological law I trusted shattered again. One medic whispered, restarting. Then the signal returned. A single beat. Another. Then a steady rhythm. The human inhaled. Deeply. Pain twisted across his face. He smiled anyway. I rewrote my report. Then deleted it. No words fit what I had witnessed. Vrask laughed. You refused to die. Ethan wiped blood from his mouth. I wasn't finished. I concluded humans had evolved multiple hearts. Medical scans disproved me within seconds. Only one heart. One damaged heart. One impossible survivor. The match resumed. Vrask attacked harder. His fists blurred. Each strike could cripple armored soldiers. Ethan blocked almost none of them. He moved. He watched. He retreated. Again. 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 Cowardice. That was my conclusion. Humans avoided direct conflict. The pattern finally made sense. They smiled. They helped others. They retreated. Weak species survived through caution. I almost relaxed. Then I noticed Ethan's eyes. He was counting. Every movement. Every breath. Every misstep. He was not escaping. He was learning. Vrask became faster. Angrier. Less careful. His victories had taught him one lesson. Power solved everything. Humans apparently believe something else. Another punch. Another dodge. Another calculation. The audience grew restless. Predator species hated patience. I hated it too. Why prolong defeat? Then Ethan stumbled. Vrask saw opportunity. He committed everything. One final strike. Maximum force. No defense. No reserve. The punch never landed. The human moved half a step. Nothing more. Vrask's momentum betrayed him. His own weight carried him forward. For the first time all day, he lost balance. Ethan struck once. Only once. A short punch beneath Vrask's ribs. No dramatic scream. No explosion. Just one precise impact. Vrask froze. His eyes widened. His knees collapsed. The strongest cadet in the academy hit the ground without another sound. Silence. Pure silence. The arena refused to breathe. I checked a replay. The strike looked weak. Impossible. The medical scanners disagreed. Vrask's diaphragm had spasmed. His lungs emptied instantly. His nervous system shut down for several seconds. One perfect strike. Nothing wasted. Everything calculated. The instructors were not surprised. That frightened me more than the punch itself. They had expected this. One instructor spoke quietly. Strength matters. Another finished the sentence. Accuracy matters more. I searched human military history. Too many examples appeared. Small forces defeating larger ones. Broken soldiers continuing to fight. Civilians surviving impossible disasters. Pilots landing destroyed aircraft. Explorers crossing frozen wastelands. Doctors operating without sleep. Firefighters entering burning buildings. Parents lifting objects too heavy to move. Every record contradicted probability. Every century repeated the same madness. I concluded humans ignored fear. Again, I was wrong. The academy physician released Ethan 2 days later. His ribs remained fractured. His muscles were torn. His heart still showed electrical damage. He reported for training anyway. I confronted him. Why? He blinked. Why what? Why continue? You were injured. So, you nearly died. I know. You fear nothing. For the first time, he stopped smiling. No. His voice became quiet. I fear lots of things. That answer confused me. You showed no fear. I showed it. You hid it. He shook his head. I carried it. Those words entered my memory forever. Not hidden. Carried. I did not understand. He noticed my confusion. My legs shake before every fight. My heart races. I want to quit. He looked toward the empty arena. Sometimes I almost do. I could not process the statement. If fear exists, why fight? He thought for several seconds. Then he answered. Because someone has to. No equation explained that. No instinct supported it. No evolutionary model predicted it. I finally realized my greatest mistake. Humans were never fearless. They simply refused to let fear choose for them. Weeks passed. Rumors spread through the academy. No one challenged Ethan without reason anymore. Not because he was the strongest. He was not. Not the fastest. Not the toughest. Not the largest. He simply refused to stop adapting. That made every battle dangerous. Cadets changed their training. More observation. More endurance. Less arrogance. Even Vrask trained differently after recovering. He requested sparring sessions with Ethan. Repeatedly. He lost most of them. Each defeat made him smile. Humans were contagious. Not biologically. Behaviorally. The academy itself began changing. Species started helping rivals, sharing supplies, teaching techniques, encouraging weaker cadets. At first, I believed this was another irrational human habit. Then graduation trials arrived. A transport carrying first-year students suffered catastrophic engine failure during an orbital exercise. The vessel split apart. Escape systems malfunctioned. Fire spread through every compartment. Panic consumed the crew. Training vanished. Instinct remained. Most species ran toward escape pods. Humans ran the opposite direction, straight into the fire. Again. Always. Again. Ethan disappeared into burning corridors. Others followed him, not because they were ordered, because one human moved first. Minutes felt like centuries. One student emerged, then another, then 5 more. Children, injured cadets, even instructors. Each had been carried by humans. Some humans never came back. The rescue teams finally secured the wreck. The survivors stood together in silence. The casualty report arrived. Several humans had died, saving aliens they had met only weeks earlier. My translator failed to explain it. No reward, no genetic advantage, no territorial gain, only sacrifice, only choice, only humanity. That night, I deleted every report I had ever written about humans. I started over. The new document contained only one sentence. Warning, never mistake human kindness for weakness. It is the armor covering something far more dangerous. ****. Years later, I became chief xenobiologist for the Galactic Council. Young researchers still ask me about the day one strike changed the Academy. They expect me to describe combat, technique, physics, biology. They always ask the wrong question. The punch never changed history. The smile did, because I finally understood what every alien before me had failed to see. Humans never broke the laws of survival. They simply rewrote who was worth surviving for. And whenever I remember that impossible day, I hear my own opening words echo through my mind with a meaning I never imagined. Humans smiled after their hearts stopped. Now I know the heart was never the part keeping them alive. ****.